Hello, I'm Angus, joining you here from the Bureau Studios. Today is Tuesday the 26th and this is the National Weather Forecast. We will look at how the weather is evolving over the next 24 to 36 hours. And moving into Wednesday, we'll continue the trend this week, which is just a series of weather features gliding by southern parts of the country like some windscreen wipers just zipping across from the west to the east. And they'll be impacting southern parts through Wednesday across both southeastern Australia, but also we'll see another little burst of rain move into the southwest and continue what has been a very wet month for Perth so far. Elsewhere across the country, north of Perth, north of around about Newcastle, we've got fine clear skies and sunshine, and warm weather is continuing for many areas, including large parts of Queensland. Well above average temperatures are expected again here on Wednesday, underneath primarily sunny skies. So let's talk about some of those temperatures out along the east coast. The capital, Brisbane, headed for a high of 28 degrees, warmest day in some time there. Working our way up the coast, 29 Rockhampton, 28 Townsville, up to 35 on the peninsula for Weipa, and as high as 37 for some inland parts. Across the state border into New South Wales, not quite as hot here, but it will be a windy day for large parts of the state. Quite cloudy as well. There is certainly some rain around the state, mostly about the mountains, the central and southern tablelands, and out towards the western slopes and plains as well. That will mean some wet weather through Canberra, Wagga Wagga, up towards around about Dubbo, particularly through the morning and early afternoon hours. Should be drying up in a lot of areas after that. The east coast doesn't see too much of that wet weather, perhaps a brief spell of morning rain through Wollongong. Sydney unlikely to pick up any of those falls, and it will be a partly cloudy, quite windy but quite warm day with a high of 23. Through Victoria, we've got a bit of a winter's day here. It's breezy, it's cloudy, it's a little bit on the cool side, and yeah, there is some rain around as well. Patchy showers off and on throughout the day across the entire state. Now, the rainfall totals aren't going to be that large. A few places could pick up 10 to 15 millimetres, but I'd say the majority of the state will get less rain than that, but still probably too much to get that washing on the line. Looking at Tasmania now, we've also got some cool-ish temperatures here, between 11 and 15 degrees across the state. It's fairly cloudy and windy right throughout the day. Rain will come and go all day across the north coast, including for Launceston and out in the west too. Not as much wet weather for Hobart, certainly a spell of showers through the morning and then maybe again later on in the day, but should be some sunny gaps in between. To South Australia now, again quite a wintry feel to the atmosphere. Temperatures are cool, there's a bit of a breeze, there's cloudy skies. There is passing showers across Adelaide, the Mount Lofty Ranges, and in fact the entire southern coastline of South Australia through the day. And with a few showers rolling through, we could see some modest rainfall tick up across those southern agricultural areas as well, perhaps 10 to 20 millimetres in some parts. North of Murray Bridge or north of Port Augusta, very little rainfall is anticipated. Out to the west, actually anticipating quite a bright start for much of southern Western Australia. Mostly sunny through the morning hours, certainly quite cool, not as cold as it has been earlier in the week, but a chilly morning nonetheless. Once we get to the afternoon though, we'll see that next little surge of rain arrive in Perth for the second half of the day. That will also hit Bunbury, Albany, other spots across the southwest land division too. Now Perth has had a wet month, so even 2 millimetres of rain on Wednesday will mean that this clocks up as the wettest August in 70 years. Further north, none of that wet weather expected across the Pilbara and Gascoyne, but some below average temperatures certainly are, including a 4-degree start at Newman. And through northern Australia here, we've got clear, bright skies and sunshine, although humidity is on the rise, particularly across the top end coast and the Kimberley coast as well. That could give us a little bit of early morning fog, but that won't last long. Then it is a fine day. Most areas still running pretty warm, highs in the mid or upper 30s up north, although Alice Springs returns to something more seasonal after that very, very warm day on Tuesday. See what the rest of the week has in store or the early weekend outlook on the Bureau's website or app. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day.